Tape, Rob, Drizzy Dre. You guys know the deal. Let's go. How you doing,
The
Drizzy
deal
Dre?
is, oh, I'm good. I'm good. I was
What's
just
up?
about to continue the intro. I said the deal is, we're not here to fucking report the whole A to Z. We're just here to talk about what we give a fuck about. So
Pretty
that's the
much.
deal, people. That's the deal. Just to clarify, because I know my man Robbie over here been through a hectic week dealing with the fucking MMA crowd. How was that? Let's start off with
Oh,
that.
that was interesting. All
That
these
must have
fucking
been fun.
keyboard warriors. They want to
Oh
get
my
mad
goodness.
because I don't know who's every single fucking
Managers.
manager in the game, bro.
Yeah,
Or who's
yeah.
managed by who or whatever. Like, I understand it's
Mhm.
important at some points, but
Yeah.
shit. Get off my
Chill.
jock, motherfuckers!
Yeah, chill,
Chill the
motherfuckers.
fuck
God
out.
damn.
But
Like,
it's
who the
partially my
fuck made
fault.
you the expert? Oh, was it?
Well, I mean, I did put a comment out there saying that because Masvidal did an interview with Hawani. I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
fucking, and the research that I did showed that Burns and Masvidal had the same manager. So I put a comment out there.
Okay.
I was like, so if his if Ali doesn't want Gilbert Burns doing interviews, why
Yeah.
would fucking Masvidal do one with fucking Ariel Hawani? And people started jumping on me, saying that's not
Damn.
his man. They're, like, the only cool people was
Yeah.
Jackson Wink, the actual fucking where John Jones trains at.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, dude, they
Yeah.
have different managers. I was like, oh, cool, thanks. But everybody else was being a dick. So if you were being
All
a dick,
dicks.
I hopped in your DMs. Fuck you.
Oh, hey, thank you for clarifying. I like that. You're a good man for giving that shout out because man, people, I saw some of those comments or some of those DMs, as I might say, and man, people fucking need to get lives, man. Jeez,
Fucking dumb, bro.
like who's literally on Instagram with a private profile talking shit to people trying to DM them all this shit and like what? Oh, are you doing it? Are you doing it for a purpose? Is that what you do when you're hiding from your boss at your day job? So anyway, moving on. Yeah, man. So fucking, you wanted to bring up one of the past cards, UFC,
Yeah,
obviously leading up to all that shit talking that you had to deal with. Which fight was that, my friend?
yeah. Just real quick, it was Calvin Cater and Dan Ige, man. We picked
Mhm.
Ige to
Mhm.
win. That was
Yeah, I
dumb.
know. I know. Man, listen, my heart's with the Hawaiians all the time, and like I know I didn't pick fucking Holloway last time
Yeah.
for the Fight Island, but like it was a different circumstance. I thought Holloway just really didn't look like he was ready coming up to the fight, but you know what? Looks may be deceiving, and of course I thought he won the fight. Unfortunately, that wasn't the result. But yeah, back to Ige, man. My heart was with the Hawaiian. So fucking, it was one of those things. But didn't you bring up a good point? You said Cater had great boxing.
Yeah, man, his boxing was phenomenal. He came out in the first round to start slapping Ige up.
Yep, yep, yep.
Second round, Ige actually won, which is cool. So he was able to control it a little bit better. But
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
out in the third, fourth, and fifth, it just got worse and worse for
Hmm.
Ige. The
Hmm.
boxing, the
Yeah.
jab was really fucking strong, dude.
Yes, yes. He was wearing him down. Definitely noticed the last 3 rounds was when that work was coming into play, and you can see Ige breaking down. I mean, and that's what it is, man. Like you said, the jab. The jab is the biggest frustrator out of any weapon in the bag, dude.
For sure. It was fucking. But anyways, that was pretty much all I want to say about that one. Hats off to Cater. I know he's from
Yep.
Boston. New England Cartel is what he reps, which is
There you go.
cool.
That's cool. What's New England Cartel? Is that some kind of new fight team out there?
That's just, yeah, I think he just started up. It's that dude Calvin Cater, some guy named Rob Font, who's also in the UFC, and those are the only
Hmm.
two that I know of so
Nice.
far that are out there. But fuck, dude, they have some cool ass shirts and shit. I might get one.
My man, that's
So
that's
Calvin
the name
Cater
of the
got
game.
Cater and a fan out of me, man. It was cool.
Listen, when you buy that merch, fucking better rock it on our next episode, please.
Speaking of merch,
Yep.
Brendan Schaub said that the Venom deal is bad because none of the big boys wanted to play. He's saying
Yeah.
it's bad.
Wow. Let's
That's an
bring that up.
interesting take on that, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's bring that up because I know that we touched base on it, and I was actually pretty stoked about that. not at the fucking highest level, but I was still pretty interested because that's a legitimate fight brand in my opinion. So it was cool for them to do that, but I did not read. I didn't even do 1 ounce of research. So you gotta let me know about that.
I don't know much about the deal itself, but I do know Brendan Schaub said that it was bad for the UFC. Actually, because Adidas didn't want to deal with them, Nike didn't want to deal with them, fucking
Wow, that's
Under Armour didn't want the deal. So
man.
that
Listen,
says something about them that they don't want to do business with them for whatever reason. That was Brendan Schaub's point, so I thought that was interesting.
well, I mean,
And Venom's a small company.
yeah, I mean, when brands as big as the ones you mentioned, or not only as big, but like as known to definitely want to monopolize a certain sport. I mean, if they didn't want to fuck with the UFC, it definitely shows that something's weird with UFC's requirements and what they're willing to do and for obviously the financial purposes. And I don't know, man. Let's call it for what it is. UFC might be fucking cheap as fuck when it comes to that deal. Because I mean,
Yeah,
companies like Nike and Adidas, as big in the amount of capital they have, for them to not be able to work something out the UFC, man, that's really surprising. That's really surprising, bro.
Yeah, I really thought
Crazy.
Nike was going to get that deal, or I thought they would at least want the deal. They didn't even
Nike
take any
would.
interest in it.
Oh man, Nike would have been dope for that, wouldn't it?
Hmm.
Oh, that would have been so. I think we talked about it a few episodes back, man. Could you imagine if Trunks out there with a Nike swoop? Fuck, man. Yeah, if they started designing gloves for the UFC, oh, that'd be crazy. That'd be
Fuck yeah, dude.
nuts.
That
That would
shit
have
would be
been
nasty.
nuts. The
The shit
potential
they
would have
had
been
for
insane.
Jones was dope.
Yeah, those tie trunks, the ones with the splits all the way up to the hip, those were dope. Dude, when
Yeah.
I saw him rock those, man, I thought it was over with, man. I thought Nike was gonna come out with that fucking MMA line, but yeah, man. So fucking Venom is gonna get fucked over on this deal supposedly. I'm trying to pull up articles about it. But God damn, man, fucking the internet is so fucking annoying. What the
They
fuck?
haven't
Shit took me all
released
the way to
many
Twitter,
details
bro.
about it. They said
No,
they're gonna
no.
pay the fighters more, but Reebok didn't pay them barely fucking anything.
That's
So I
what I
guess
heard.
anything
Yeah.
is better, but it's still not gonna be much, dude. I feel like that's why the UFC went that route because just like you said, they're cheap as fuck. They want most of the money off the apparel. They don't want to pay the fighters off of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it
That's why
almost makes
Sugar Sean just started his own shit.
what
But
did
I'm
what did he
sorry,
start?
what were you gonna say?
No, no, no.
He
What
started
what
his
is
own
it?
brand,
What is it?
the O'Malley brand.
Mally brand. So what does he sell? Like athletic clothes and
Yeah,
like
just like
streetwear?
limited. Right now, he just has limited edition basketball jerseys. He's gonna have 1 through 99
Nice. That's pretty sick, man. That's creative. I like it.
for each win. He's gonna make like 100 jerseys or something. So right now he's on like whatever fight win streak. So when he walks out, he'll have a jersey with his a 6 or whatever, however
And
many
then
wins
he'll
he's
put
on
those
right now.
out. Yeah, and then he'll
Yep.
put those jerseys out. I like it. That's like selling art, bro. He's fucking smart. I like his style already, man. I don't even know. I haven't seen any visuals for it yet, but just from you describing it, man, it sounds like that's a pretty dope project. As a fighter,
Yeah, it'll be
that's
cool.
that's a business right there, man. But fuck, dude, UFC, man, that's a shame, man. It's a fucking damn shame that they don't let them fucking rock any sponsorships in the ring. That's where these guys really make money off these sponsorship deals. Because if a company tells them, hey, we'll give you this and that, they want you to have their shit somewhere stamped on your body during the fight, not during training, not on Instagram. They don't give a fuck about that, man. There's so many influencers out there on the internet these days. They don't give a fuck. They want you to rock that in front of that camera, right next to the fucking UFC logo. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's fuck, man. Well, hopefully they spread more details on it because I'm trying to pull shit up, and it's the same shit you said, man. Just real cut and simple. The fighters are supposedly gonna get paid more, but Venom is a smaller company. I've actually tried a couple of their gloves back in the day. I trained a couple of times, helped some of their fighters on the boxing side at One Fight Team back in 2012. and I had a boxing coach that went there, so I'd always come in and spar. And I remember Vanderlei sold a bunch of those Venom gloves like when they first came out, so they were kind of exclusive and shit. And I tried them, and then now, dude, you see Venom in the boxing ring, man. Jorge Linares is sponsored by Venom, and now Vasil Lomachenko.
Yep.
Lomachenko had a new deal on Venom, so they might be small, but they've got capital. They've definitely got capital. If they're sponsoring guys with, Jorge Linares and fucking Vasil, which is, number one 135 pounder in the world, best there is at 135, and Jorge Linares is
Yeah.
a 3-time world champion and top, in my opinion, top 10 in the 135 division. So they've got capital. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what the UFC is going to do. That's the biggest one, because UFC is that corporate giant that's known to be cheap. So, it is what it is. I'm not talking shit, but to all you MMA fans out there that are fucking keyboard warriors and so obsessed with the UFC but don't watch any other MMA, I highly suggest you watch other MMA organizations, because it's to open your fucking eyes at what the UFC is doing. We can touch base on that even more if you want, but I'll just go on a whole tangent of talking shit. Feel me?
Dominic Reyes wants John Jones to be stripped of the title because he doesn't want to fight.
Who, the rematch? Oh, like
Yeah.
John Jones is denying the rematch?
He said he's going to sit out 2 to 3 years until he gets a raise to fight Francis.
Is that what he said when he went in that whole little dispute with Dana about not getting, not wanting to go in the ring and fucking not get paid what he's contractually obligated to get paid?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, see, this is my take. Is, I think I said it before, is UFC is having karma come back to them, because at the end of the day, as cheap as they were, if you want a fighter to fight his contract, and you said on the contract that he minimally will get paid this per fight, doesn't matter if there's the apocalypse and the UFC is still showing events in the fucking, streaming services and all that, let's say, or just cable, but there's no crowd, or no live crowd, they still are obligated to pay that fighter what he was agreed upon, because the UFC did that on purpose to be cheap anyway in the beginning, to try and save them money. So
Right.
Now that they don't have this fucking live gate bullshit that they're complaining about, honestly, live gates don't really pay that much, in my opinion, in anything, especially pay-per-views. Live gates don't really do shit. They can give like bonuses and a good amount, but when you're paying guys like fucking upwards of $5 million, like Jones usually does get paid, dude, that's all coming from the televised or the streaming or the pay-per-view buys. Like, that's what it's coming from. And the UFC should have some fucking oh shit money anyway, bro. I mean, as cheap as they are, they should have so much oh shit money stashed in the back that if they need to bring out a big ass name like John Jones during these times, they got the moolah to show for it. They'd be like, here, motherfucker, here's your fucking $5 million. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, the
as a
gate is
business
pure
person,
profit. There's no
Yeah.
way they can't pay him.
Yeah, exactly, dude. So the fact of the matter is, they know they got it. They can do it if they wanted to, but it sucks that I don't know what fingers to point whenever I say my my comments about UFC, about it being ultra cheap and ridiculous. I mean, like it got bought by the Chinese businessmen, and then fucking Dana is still in the cut doing this and doing that. But like, do you really want to blame Dana for it? Do you really want to blame who? So either way,
Right. It was really at fault.
Yeah, it's really the UFC in general. So it sucks, man. It sucks. And you know what? UFC might have to fucking bite the bullet and, fucking not be this controlling entity as much, and actually pay their fighters what they're agreed on, because there was no contingency plan or like things saying, oh, if there's a pandemic happening, we can pay you less than what you're contractually obligated to. Like, none of that's happening. You know what I mean? So
Right. They ended up paying Masvidal, so why wouldn't they pay Jones?
Exactly. And see, didn't I tell you they had it ready to go?
Yep.
There was no issue with paying him. I mean, and the thing is, it's not like Masvidal, was taking a massive cut, but it was enough for him to be, concerned about. It's not like he was going to get paid peanuts, but obviously Masvidal has, like, even if it's $100,000 difference from his original agreement to what they're trying to cut it down to. Like, even if it's 100 grand, 100 grand is a lot. 100 grand is a lot to get in any combat.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So doesn't matter. UFC had it, and we're gonna see more like that if the UFC continues to get into. Because I mean, honestly, everyone wants the big cards. They don't want to see a bunch of the smaller cards. You know, to be honest, especially when they're putting them out like fucking pancakes at IHOP, bro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. This past card, the prelims were more stacked than the actual card
Really?
itself. Yeah.
Really?
So
How many
it was
fights
kinda
in
ass
total with
backwards.
the prelims?
12, I think.
Wow, that's a big card.
Yeah, it was a big
Yeah.
ass card.
Yeah, that's a real big card.
I can double check
Yeah.
that though, because I feel like it was
Yeah, yeah.
more than that.
Oh no, you gotta double check, bro, or else these fucking keyboard warriors that have nothing better to fucking do in their lives gotta fucking
They're gonna
critique
come
you.
correct me.
You know what I'm saying? Like
2, 4,
fuck.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sorry, there was
Rob-
11 fights, not 12.
Robbie,
Excuse me.
Listen, I just want you to fucking know that because of those mistakes you're making right now, that our podcast is failing. Our page is failing. Fucking,
Yeah, bro, we're a fucking complete failure.
Oh my
Even though Brock
God.
Weaver, I don't know what happened with Brock Weaver, but we did epically fail on that interview.
It's okay, man. He's probably out there. I mean, honestly, the life of a fighter, sparring
He's
and
busy.
being he's busy and he's tired, man. Trust and believe. Every time I come home from sparring, as you can see,
I don't
you
take
know,
it personally. It
no,
ain't nothing
but, I
personal.
mean,
We'll get him on
you-
here eventually.
yeah, you go back to your place and you fucking knock the fuck out. Next thing you know, you're just fucking trying to get by, man. That's the life of a fighter, man. So shout out to Brock Weaver. You watch
Hi,
this
bro.
episode. What? Hey, we got a spot for you next episode, my man. So we can
do,
fucking
bro.
chop it up. So holla at my boy. Holla at my boy Robbie, all right?
Let us know. Anyways,
Let us
fuck,
know.
dude. I guess Scott Coker, he's the CEO of Bellator. He's getting all excited about signing Paige Van Zandt, so she's going to Bellator. We were right.
Yeah, and you know what? It's funny you brought Paige Van Zandt up, and she said some good fucking words. I can't quote exactly word for word, but I can definitely give you the gist of it on the last thing I said. I think it was oh, wait, you know what? You might have posted it up. Maybe not on our page. Maybe I saw it because I only look at the news on our page, man. So that's all I need. For all you other guys, man, you can follow like 1,000 other pages and then critique us. But fucking Paige Van Zandt said pretty much that this was UFC's plan. This is what they do. In better words, this is what they do. She was on a layoff, obviously, from injury, and then she had only one fight left on this deal, but they decided to put her up against a young, hungrier opponent. Well, up and coming, hungry and talented opponent that was
10-1 Amanda Ribas, bro.
Yeah,
Fucking.
and that's a young, hungry lioness coming through the trenches. So Paige coming off of a 3-year injury layoff like that.
Jiu-jitsu.
Wait, sorry, I couldn't hear that. Phone was
it's
breaking up.
No, you're good. All I said was she's a black belt jiu-jitsu, Amanda Ribas.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Well, she said that this is the UFC's plan, man, all along, and they do this with every fighter that they're trying to push out. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
Yeah. So I hope she's on to bigger and better things. I mean, it's UFC is big. It's a big stage, but as a fighter like that, I mean, you see a lot of big names going to like Bellator and One Fight Championships, and they're doing some big things out there, man. They're fighters can do a lot when they got more capital offered to them. You feel me?
I agree with that.
That's how I see it.
And she's definitely gonna get paid more.
Of course, dude. She's a fucking good-looking female fighter to watch. I mean, the whole fan base, men and women, love watching her. I mean, she's got a personality. I mean, she's still young technically, so it's like, why is the UFC going to try and get rid of a star like that? I get that there's like a lot of talent coming up in the UFC, but man, like I said before, man, UFC's a fight mill, baby. It's a fucking fight mill.
It's a combination of a couple different things. She wants more money. She doesn't fight very often. And mostly because she gets injured too much in every
Yeah.
single fucking fight she's in, dude. That's the reason they will not
Yeah.
pay her. And she looked
true.
like shit. In Dana's
Well,
words, she got smoked.
yeah, I mean that she is definitely a liability when it comes to her injuries. That's for sure. That is for sure. I don't really know the exact numbers on her more recent fights to really say if like she's real high, still highly appealing when it comes to viewers wanting to see her matches. But yeah, I mean that makes sense if Dana did say that, which obviously he did, but um, if all of that coming into play with the UFC, yeah, man, she just got to leave and figure out her next stage if she can continue her fight career at Bellator. But I think that with the whole, who knows what her injury situation is, if it's going to continue on, because I mean that sucks, man. There's really it's hard to control, especially as an active fighter. I mean, it's not like you're doing that on purpose, getting injured all the time, but your body might be saying another thing, man, and maybe that's
Right.
another sign for her to retire. Who knows? But then again, there's such a mixed talent pool at Bellator that she might be able to maneuver her way back up to like top 10 status in that organization. You know what I mean? We'll just have to see. But
Yeah, there's
they do
potential.
stream on
But
DAZN. They have a streaming platform, DAZN, and I don't know if you've ever used that one yet, but that's a pretty good little platform now, man. I watched
no,
a lot of the Golden Boy fights on that, Matchroom Boxing. A lot of great fighters on there for boxing at least, but you obviously know Bellator a little bit, not as thoroughly as UFC, obviously, right?
right. Yeah, I catch it on Paramount Network because I got
Oh,
cable. So, but I
nice.
will once I don't have cable, I will fucking and pay for. It's what, $20 a month for the subscription or something?
For DAZN,
Yeah,
I think it's like $10 a month.
that's not bad. Yeah, I
No,
might
but
just end up doing that.
yeah, it's $10 a month, or you pay like $60 up front for the whole year. So obviously,
Huh.
if you're planning to keep it for the whole year, then you can just pay that 60.
Right.
But dude, you get all Golden Boy matches. You get obviously you get you don't get Top Rank because they're on ESPN, but you get
Right.
all Matchroom Boxing. So in my opinion, you get more boxing, better fights in boxing on DAZN because you got Canelo, you got Triple G, you got some real big names, man. I mean, and plus, if you got ESPN, fucking, you can still watch the Lomachenko fights when he decides to come back. But yeah, DAZN got Bellator. Fucking, I highly suggest. I've watched a few Bellator fights here and there on that platform, and yeah, man, there's some great talent there. So it's not like let's not get it twisted. I don't think people that watch UFC should think that the Bellator is like a UFC graveyard, because it's not. It's definitely not. Fresh young talent pool in there too. But the reason why a lot of ex-UFC fighters go there, man, is because you can fucking continue your career because people don't understand, man. To be at the top level of the fight game, you have to have money. You have to have money coming in because even though you get paid millions of dollars from a fight, you gotta fucking supply your training. You gotta supply your training camp. You gotta do all of that. And the more better off fighter is gonna have better food, better fucking sleep, better fucking medicine, better everything. And at the end of the day, you're gonna see a fighter truly be at their greatest, man. But if a fighter's fighting for fucking peanuts, he takes one loss here and there. Let's say fighting for the UFC or is on, a 2-3 fight losing streak, but they have nothing coming in, then yeah, unfortunately, you're not going to see that fighter at their best. So, like I said, man, there's a fresh young talent pool coming up, but also there's, past UFC names that people might see, but don't ever think that it's going to be like somewhere where like a Paige Van Zandt goes because Dana White, said that her performance was awful, which, obviously it wasn't her best, nor will she ever fucking be able to fight in the UFC again, but she'll fucking come back, hopefully. But yeah, man, check it out. Tell all the people out there, check it out too.
Will do, bro. But
You feel me?
so kind of brought this up in the beginning, but how do you feel about the Ali fucking or Burns' manager getting mad at Ariel Helwani? He got mad at him for saying that Gilbert Burns and Leon Edwards should fight for the number 1 contender spot instead of Burns getting the next title shot. And that's the whole reason that he wants to cut ESPN out. Isn't that fucking dumb?
That is dumb. I mean, that's pretty dramatic to say the least. But I mean, Ariel Helwani was the one that said Burns and Leon Edwards should fight, right?
Correct. And I kind of agree with Ali. Ariel Helwani lately, he jabs at shit, bro. He asks like fucking
stupid questions.
Fucking conniving ass questions, bro. And even if he gets a no answer, he asks it the same question in a different way, and he still gets the same fucking answer. And it's ridiculous. So I understand why Dana White kicked his ass out. And he is a true journalist, and I respect him for that. And his work is great, dude. But his questions now are starting to get on my fucking nerves.
Yeah, I mean, like they say, right? There's no such thing as negative publicity, and the more publicity you get, the better. And if he's going to cause a nice little stir in the pot from his works, he's going to do that, man. And I get it. I've stopped watching too much Ariel Helwani clips on YouTube because, like you said, he becomes very just, in my opinion, I get irritated at his questions because it's like you said, he continues to hit the same question when he knows it's not the right one to be asking, or it's not a good one. And right. Fuck, man, you know what? Some of this shit he says, Dana White was right, man. Fucking, like he said, Ariel Helwani doesn't know shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's true, man. It is true. And then the thing is, fuck, I remember him back in the day when UFC was, fairly old. Back in like the 06, 07, 08 when he was kind of coming onto the scene. And I still thought he asked stupid questions back then. He seemed so clueless sometimes. But it's hard to fucking, in my opinion, and I'm going to get shit for this too, but I don't want anyone reporting about fighting to me or anything like that when you've never even been in the fucking gym or even fucking been in sparring. Like, fuck competition. Right. You don't got to be in competition. I respect someone whether or not they fought in competition or not. But don't talk to me about fucking MMA, or don't talk to a fighter and ask them those kind of, anybody, not just him, but like anyone. Don't ask them questions that'll get under a fighter's skin or do this or do that. If you don't understand the fight game, you've never even been in sparring or even know how it is to be in a fight, period.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's what comes off. But I mean, Ariel Helwani gets credit where credit is due. I mean, he's done a lot of great reporting anyway. But yeah, man, sometimes I get straight to the point, and like I'm like, I don't want to fucking hear about shit from you if you've never even been in a fight. But that's the hot-headed fighter in me talking. You feel me?
So do you think ESPN will fucking fire his ass, or do you think they'll keep him?
I don't think they're gonna fire him. It's not like he didn't say anything that was. The only time they're gonna fire him if he says anything racial, bro, or if he says "fuck you" or like starts like talking like mad shit. Right. You know what I mean? There's no way ESPN's gonna fire him for that.
No, I didn't think so either.
That's reporting.
But that takes out a lot of fucking interviews, dude.
Yeah, I see that. I see how we can fucking it can cause Gilbert Burns to take less spotlight. I mean,
not just Burns, bro. It's all he has. Fucking Kamaru Usman. He has, and like a whole bunch of other fighters too. And he's saying none of them can do interviews with ESPN.
Wow.
Until Ariel Helwani gets fired.
Damn. Ooh, Dana's really he's livid about that shit.
That's all bro. Dana White has nothing to do with it. It's all Kamaru Usman's manager.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
that's worse. He had Henry Cejudo, a bunch of other people too.
Henry Cejudo. Yeah, I've been seeing a little more and more on social media. Let me pull that up. Hold on a minute. Wait, people. I'm pull this shit up.
I can tell you all the fighters' dominance has. While you're doing that, they have Frankie Edgar, Khabib, Renzo Gracie, Henry Cejudo, Cody Garbrandt, Justin Gaethje, Kelvin Gastelum, Kamaru, Rashad Evans, Verdum, Brad Tavares, Derek Brunson, Ray Borg. All these guys can no longer do interviews with ESPN. Yeah.
Dude, he manages all those guys.
Uh-huh. And he's
Wow.
saying they can't do ESPN interviews as long as Ariel Helwani works there.
Oh shit. That's
So that's
yeah.
some
Well,
serious shit.
yeah, that is serious shit. Now that is, ooh, that's when it can get touchy, man. Who knows, man? I know people, uh, your normal fan base would be like, oh yeah, fuck, he's gonna get canned. You know, that's a shit ton of talent and fighters that's not gonna interview, and ESPN's gonna probably, fucking be convinced. But what the fuck, man? I really don't know because ESPN being the type of fucking corporation they are and their type of shit,
They can just say,
they
fuck
don't.
you.
Yeah, they can just say fuck you. Exactly. Like I said, they wouldn't fire one of their leading fucking reporters in a certain sport uh, if he didn't say anything racial or anything that was like conflicting to the normal society, like to the viewers, right?
Yeah,
That's what they
exactly.
care about. That's what they fucking care about, dude. Damn, but I mean, that manager obviously, Ali, he's got such a it's oh my goodness, yeah, he's got such a huge roster of fucking guys that he can control. But listen, I also think that that's bullshit too, because if you're a manager and you're not willing to work things out and you're gonna isolate all your fighters because of that, that's some
Yeah.
selfish shit right there. So fuck that too, dude. Fuck
That's
that
some
too.
petty
I get it.
bullshit.
That's petty. Petty as fuck. How are you gonna take money out of these guys' pockets?
Right.
How are you gonna do that? And on top of that, the manager's still gonna get paid. This guy, I mean, dude, he's getting 20% out of each fighter. That's what
Exactly.
a manager gets. 20%. People don't understand. That's what a fight manager gets. It's not no 10%. That's what you pay your coach. Your manager gets 20% of not only your fight cards, but every fucking thing that comes through the fucking door because he got it for you.
Right.
That's total bullshit. I highly suggest this to a lot of fighters, and I did the same thing. If you bring in your own fucking business, like your own sponsorships, your own thing where like you were approached first, right? By a sponsor, by an interviewer, by a show. If you were the one that was approached first and you actually just managed to get the deal right then and there by yourself, your manager doesn't get a cut of that. Are you fucking kidding me? That's what I did that on my contract. And I clarified that with my managers. I'm like, you guys can go out there and get any fucking thing you want. And if you bring it in, you get 20% of all of it. So that's on you. But if I'm bringing in my own shit, I'll give you free merchandise. That's what I said. Oh, fuck. But listen, man, Ali, I've watched some of his documentaries. I watched, I think the Khabib documentary when he was in New York City with him. I liked him. He had a cool way about him. You know what I mean? Ali was real about his fighters and like just he just seems like an overall knowledgeable guy and trustworthy guy. But man, that's some shady shit, dude. If you're gonna cause conflict and prevent your other guys from getting their bread, handle your business with your fighter that is involved in this, okay? If you got a fighter that's involved in that, handle your business with him. But don't fucking take money out of these other guys. I get it. But these guys don't give a fuck about the next man except themselves. And if you're his manager, it doesn't matter if you got 100 fighters on your fucking roster. You treat each fighter as important, and you fucking get them paid when they deserve to be. And like people are gonna tell me, well, if one fighter's not gonna get paid from this whole situation happening, but the other guys can do their shit, well, that's not fair either. No, that is fair, motherfucker, because your manager's business is to handle your own shit, not fucking combine your ass. It's not like you signed a package deal. I didn't sign a team deal when I got with a manager. I signed for me solely to be managed. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's just, it upsets me because as a fighter, as a pro fighter, having a manager is the guy that handles your fucking money. And how are you gonna fucking not let me get paid? Like I said, man, it costs money to be a fighter. It costs money to be a fighter. People don't understand that. Training and lifestyle. So these guys need it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you made $1 million in your last fight or 10 million. You're gonna need more money because most of these guys upgrade their lifestyle when they got that upgraded paycheck. Feel me?
I feel you. Sugar Sean fired his manager, bro. He does it by himself now.
Good, and that's smart. As long as you can, and like you're not gonna get into a legal battle, and you've met every contractual obligation. Be your own free man, because I promise you this: that's the smartest thing to do. And any good manager is gonna highly, not advise, but they're not gonna feel anything too bad about it if at least their boy that they manage learned the business a little bit. And if it was
Right.
clean business, no one's gonna be mad. You feel me? But whatever Sugar Sean did to fire his manager, I'm sure that it was in
Paid him
his
out
own.
$20K at least.
Wow. Yeah, that's bad. Fuck, bro. That's crazy, man. I don't care if it's $1,000, man. The manager should never steal from you. You feel me?
And he's made apparently UFC's made $1 million off his merch, and he's only been paid $1,000 from Reebok off of it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So that's why he started his own brand.
Wow.
So that means they don't make shit off the apparel, which is why I don't buy shit from the UFC.
No, don't. Fuck that. Why? It's already enough that you pay for fucking pay-per-views and if you get ESPN Plus, man, it's already enough that you pay them that. Feel me?
Yep.
Wow, he only got paid $1,000 for his merch. That's fucking
That's
foul.
what he said on this podcast, man. It's fucking whack, isn't it, dude?
Oh my god, dude. What? 1,000 from a potential $1 million that his shit sold? Oh no. Wow. UFC, man. You guys are some pitiful people.
It's fucked up, dude.
That's fucked up. I don't give a fuck.
So I guess I do want one Bellator card. I don't know when it is, but Ryan Bader's supposed to be defending one of his titles because he has the heavyweight and the light heavyweight Bellator title apparently.
Oh shit.
So
okay.
That's a fight I want to fucking watch, bro. I want to see him fucking fight.
Bader,
Dan's supposed to fight soon too. I think.
Mhm.
I don't know who he's gonna fight though.
The phone call. You said Dan Henderson?
No, Dylan Dennis. Oh, speaking of Dan Henderson, he and Michael Bisping are going back and forth on Twitter.
I saw the beginning of it, but was there more cooking in the pot?
Oh yeah, his cooking.
What happened?
Here, let me see if I can. I'll see if I can find the highlight. I'll read it to you.
I love it.
Read that entire fucking shit. Who had it? What the fuck is this shit? Oh, fuck it. I can just go on Bisping's Twitter. What am I
There you go.
dumb?
Yeah, Bisping's Twitter obviously is loaded with the trash talk in there.
Yeah, it sure is, man. All right, where the fuck is this Dan Henderson shit? Davey Grant, no. Dan Henderson, bingo. All right, so Dan Henderson said, enjoying the fights as much as possible while having to listen to Bisping. Happy anniversary of the night I put you to bed.
Yeah, I saw that one. I did see
And
that.
then Bisping said, yeah, on steroids, mate, you cheating cunt. No honor, no surprise. Then I beat you with one eye. Get fucked, sour bitch. That shit's hilarious.
But you gotta say it with his British accent though. You gotta say it with the wit.
I can't, bro.
It's funnier. No, but you gotta say it in your head though. You don't gotta say it, physically. I can't do it either.
He's like, never won the UFC belt. Don't be sour, you old wanker. Now disappear back to obscurity. That's a good one.
Oh, fuck. These guys are hilarious.
And then he said, drinking again and reliving your old glory. All polite to my face and talk shit online. Didn't have you down as a keyboard warrior.
Yeah.
And then Henderson said, surprised you saw this. Guess you're not keeping your one eye on the fights as you're supposed to be commentating. No wonder why your commentating is shit. And then Bisping says the guy that's totally irrelevant, haha. Go on, insult my eye. So what? Shows what true piece of shit you are. But you say hi when you see me. A real disgrace to the flag that you fly. Doesn't surprise me. Total fake. Should have known. Steroid cheating cunt.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Well, listen, Bisping loves bringing up the steroid situation, which he has every right to. And yeah, man, fuck. Bisping's always been the clean one, man. He's always been the guy that is against it. I'm on his side, but he did get knocked the fuck out badly by Henderson, and that was, everyone fucking felt the same way. That was one of the most satisfying to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was fucking brutal.
It really was, but
Bisping went on to say,
but I'm still a Bisping fan.
I am too, man. He went on to say that Dan Henderson has a failing gym in Temecula, and to come say it to his fucking face.
He got personal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. The fucking failing gym in Temecula, California. Oh no. That's right. I didn't know Henderson had a gym out there in Temecula.
Neither did I. I didn't know it was failing either.
Gyms always fail, bro. That's not anything new, especially MMA gyms, because there's so many of them. So many of them. Yeah, you gotta have a fight team for your gym to stay afloat. That's why most of these big gyms, like ATT and a few others, and then the ones coming up like Elevation, man, they got active money-making fight teams.
Bro, that's my favorite team right now. Fucking Elevation.
So we're run
They're
by
killing the game.
Team, aside from Usman and fucking Dillashaw, but who else is there right now?
Justin Gaethje, Rose Namajunas, Neil Magny's the team captain, Curtis Blades, Reem is there.
Nice.
And
wait, who was there? Who was the last one?
Overeem.
Oh, I fucking love Overeem, bro. Dude, if Overeem is sparring Blades as like, a routine, oh my god, dude. Blades has one of the best stand-up
Blades
of
beat
all
him,
time, man.
So they train together now.
Yeah, Blades has one of the best sparring partners for his stand-up game in the heavyweight division, man. Fucking Overeem was one of the best K1 kickboxers ever to watch, man. He was a fucking beast back in the day. Back when he was on the major juice, man. Oh, man, that guy was a fucking bulldozer. Man.
Yeah.
But so that's their squad.
Watching them fight still, man. They have a couple other people. Drew Dober. Here, let me just pull up. All right, here's all our fighters. Dober. Yeah, Dober, Gaethje, Neil Magny, Alistair Overeem, Curtis Blades. Sandhagen was there, who Aljamain Sterling just recently tapped him out. They don't want to give him the title shot, bro.
Oh, man. That's a damn shame.
Well, yeah.
What's the facts on that? Well, run it by me.
Why they don't want to give him the title shot? I have no clue. He's next in line. He did what he had to do, but every time he's asked about it, Dana White avoids the question.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. Hold on.
Yeah, dude, do your thing. You're good.
Dog. He's only like 10 pounds. Hey, calm down. Anyway. Shit. Dude, I was quiet. I was reading a little bit on this Ali situation with fucking Helwani, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I was just
yeah, it's ridiculous, dude. It's over the top for no reason. Hey, bro, you muted yourself. Oh, for sure. What else? What's up?
All right, sorry about that.
Oh, you're all good.
My dogs were going ape shit. I didn't want the fucking microphone to fucking get blasted with fucking two dogs going at it.
I feel it.
Anyway, sorry, I couldn't hear one fucking word because my fucking dog, even through these earphones. Run back what you said to me before.
Fuck. What did I say? I don't even
Oh,
fucking
no.
remember what I just said. That's what I get for getting
Moving
high.
on. Moving
Anyways,
fucking on.
it's fucking stupid.
Oh
Ali.
yeah, the Ali situation. Yeah, I know. I read it and I get it. You know, he's sick and tired of the disrespect from Helwani's mouth, but at the same time, handle that discreetly. Don't try
Yeah,
and
I don't feel
fucking
like that's
cause.
disrespectful though.
No. But I get what he's saying about like himself because as a manager, like you said, it can be money lost out of his pocket, you know, from the interviews and things like that were originally going to be built up for. But at the same time, if you understand that situation as manager, why are you going to block off the rest of your fight squad that should be fucking making money for their potential interviews? If let's say it was coming up, you know what I mean. So that's all I got to say for it. And I'm on the same page as you. It's not that disrespectful. It's just Helwani being a reporter.
Yeah,
You
he's
know what
just
I
trying
mean?
to matchmake. I don't see any issue with that at all.
And that's his job is to matchmake hypothetically and to talk about potential this and potential that. That's a fucking that's what a fucking reporter does. So a manager's got to understand. I mean, it comes with the territory, dude. You have to fucking maneuver that shit. And if it's gonna be one of those things where the reporters aren't always gonna be on your side, then so be it, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck, man.
Hawani's not the matchmaker. He's not Sean Shelby or
No,
fucking
no.
whoever the other guy is. I don't fucking can't remember his fucking name at the moment.
Yeah. No, he has no say into what UFC does. All he does is
Not at
interviews.
all. They fucking hate
That's
him. They
yeah.
banned him for saying that Brock Lesnar was going to be on UFC 200. They kicked him out at UFC 199.
Holy shit. That's insane. Wow.
What's
That's
crazy
crazy.
is that Dana White is the one that gave you Ariel Helwani a shot. He gave him the access to interview all the fighters, and then all of a sudden
Yes,
he
he
just
did.
fucking switched on him.
Yeah. He
But
switched on
that
him.
seems to happen.
Of
Dana White
course he
switches
does.
on everybody though. So
Of course he
even if
does,
you think
man.
you're good with Dana right now, just wait a couple months. You're gonna fuck up somehow.
As a fighter, that sucks, dude, because you gotta fucking walk on eggshells, man.
Even
And if
as
you don't,
media, dude.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's money out of your pocket too. But like you said, that was a good point because Dana White gave him exclusive access to be the man to always interview guys first.
Yep.
And I mean that's a priceless tool right there, man. So I mean, in my opinion, even though Dana White's a tough one to navigate when it comes to your relationship and ties, through business, obviously, but you know it's unfortunate because you don't see the best examples, for reporting and the ones that stayed in the game in the UFC long through all the Dana White bullshit. I mean, like Conor. I mean, Conor's fucking gonna come back eventually. We know that. He's always got a spot in the UFC. So that
No doubt.
relationship tie that he has with Dana, no matter all the shit that supposedly Conor put Dana through, throughout the years, on top of the shit that we know he put him through. Uh, Fuck, man. I mean, they've maintained their shit, their business relationship. So, unfortunately, shit, man. But Helwani, man, he's making good dollars with the UFC, man.
Oh, dude, he's
We'll
a
see.
millionaire.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. He travels the world, fucking reports, and he gets chopped up with DC all the time. I mean, that's a pretty good gig.
Every
That's a real good
Monday.
gig. That's a fucking good gig, dude. I don't see the UFC firing him. I just don't. I don't see that happening whatsoever. I see things happening with the UFC and Ali and discussing what they want to do
Right.
because that's what Ali's gonna have to deal with because the ESPN is gonna just tell him go fuck yourself. That's what he's gonna tell. That's what
Oh,
the
yeah.
the whole ESPN corporation is gonna tell Ali. Well, we don't give a fuck. You can go fuck yourself. Deal with your real boss, aka UFC.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they're gonna say, bro.
No doubt
They're gonna
about
fucking
that, dude.
say.
Well, hey, dude, let's talk about tomorrow's fight card. Did you see the first fight of
Yeah.
Davidson Figueiredo and Benavidez? Or no?
No, I didn't. But you brought Benavidez up. We brought Benavidez up before we got on to record, man. So talk about the first match because I didn't see it.
Yeah, so he ended up winning the first round. It was it ended up getting to the ground. Figueiredo tried to get him in an armbar. He was able to roll. Benavidez was able to roll out and reverse it, get back to the feet.
Nice.
And fucking Benavidez was winning the stand-up game surprisingly because Figueiredo's really he has great striking, man. Like he's one punch knockout for sure. So
really, okay.
Comes out in the second round. They stay up on the feet, and Benavidez is kind of fucking starting to throw wildly, like with his eyes closed and head forward and shit. So he initiated headbutt. Busted him right open, and he was fucking dazed, dude. So Figueiredo just fucking pops him one time, knocks him straight the fuck out.
Ooh.
But the only reason he didn't win the title, speaking of which, the title's vacant because Henry Cejudo vacated it to go up to bantamweight.
Yeah.
And now, after he beat Dominic Cruz, he fucking retired, which is fucking stupid because you become a double champ to retire instead of fucking defend your belts, bro. That's dumb. But anyways, back to what the fuck I was talking about. Benavidez got knocked the fuck out in the second round because of the headbutt, so they decided to run that one back.
Nice.
And Figueiredo missed weight, so that he didn't win the belt.
Oh, okay. So it's a contingency rematch type of situation. That's all I got to say from it. I mean, I was a Benavidez fan back in the day, man, when he first came onto the scene, especially from the WBC. So I was a fan of his back in the day. I've always wanted him to be pretty explosive on his feet, though. He's a damn good wrestler.
Benavidez, he's really explosive on his feet, and he's really good on the ground as well. Sure, he has a really good shot at winning. I think he's gonna win it out by decision, dude.
You think so? You think Benavidez is gonna come with the victory, huh? With the revenge victory.
Yes, sir. It's his last shot at a title. If he doesn't get this one, he's done. So he kind of has a little extra fire under his ass, I think.
Yeah.
And both of them made weight now, so there's no excuses.
Yeah, that's
has to go balls to the wall.
Is this one going to be on ESPN Plus or just regular ESPN?
ESPN Plus.
Okay, cool.
So you can watch it. It'll be a good one.
All right, yeah.
A couple other fights on the card. Let's see. I don't care about the prelims because there's too many. Oh, Jack Hermanson and Kelvin Gastelum. Do you know who Kelvin Gastelum is?
Yeah. He was on The Ultimate Fighter.
Yes, he was, and he fought Izzy for the title. Yeah,
he did, and I mean he's a pretty good wrestler. I mean that's his background, isn't it? And he I don't think he gave Izzy a hard time in that fight. Izzy definitely showcased his striking.
Yeah, Izzy outstruck him for sure, but Gastelum's striking isn't too terrible either. He's going up. Go ahead.
No, keep going. I was agreeing.
Fucking Jack Hermanson. I don't know much about him at all. I've heard his name before, but I've never seen him fight. Most recently, coming off a loss to Jared Cannonier, he got knocked out.
Ooh.
For some reason, I remember that fight. I think I did watch it, but it wasn't that memorable for whatever reason.
Interesting.
But he's got the height and reach.
Okay.
Gastelum's only 5'9". Damn, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's a short dude.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when he fought Uriah Hall in the finale, the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
And he definitely looked a little stockier and more compact than Uriah. So he's definitely. This is at 185.
Yes, it is. Middleweight bout.
Those are big boys in that division, bro. Big boys in that division.
Fuck yeah, bro.
So is that the co-main or is that on just the main card?
Yeah, that's the co-main event, and then the one we just talked about is the main.
Nice. So those two fights you looking forward to?
Fuck yeah. And then the opener on the card is Alexandre Pantoja. If Figueiredo didn't make weight, he was going to be the fill-in for the title shot. So I'm also interested in that fight. He's fighting Askar Askarov. Ooh, fuck. I know that dude, too. That's going to be a good scrap. Yeah,
I heard that name.
I watched the face-offs today, bro. They were fucking in each other's face. That's going to be a good scrap. Yep.
Okay. Nice. ESPN Plus, people.
Yes, sir.
If you watch this, we put this episode out tonight.
Pantoja has 2 wins by knockout. He has almost 5 significant strikes per minute. Holy shit, he's got hands, bro. Last win, he knocked out Mike Schnell, TKO.
Nice. Which seems like another stat.
Oh shit, Askarov just got in the UFC. Pantoja's 22-4, and Askarov's 1 and 1 no contest. So he's just 1-0 and 1 no contest.
Cool.
That's gonna be interesting.
That's a good one. Yep. So maybe we can go on our fucking IG today and make the picks, or you make the picks for the fight as much as you want. Your picks are more reliable than mine, obviously, and
sure.
I think you should definitely highlight the MMA cards. I'll do the boxing cards coming up, and the one that I am excited about, I think I told you about it in the past couple of episodes, Virgil Ortiz. He's a Golden Boy Promotions prospect. He's a welterweight, so it's 147 pounds. Obviously, that everyone knows the welterweight class. He's 15-0 with 15 knockouts, and he's 22 years old.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's fighting against Samuel Vargas, a pretty seasoned veteran, 31 wins.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about this. This is gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Samuel Vargas has 31 wins, 5 losses, and 2 draws. 14 wins coming by way of knockout, and he's from Toronto. I've seen Vargas fight. He's a tough, seasoned. I guess you can call him like a gatekeeper. So for Virgil, this is going to be a big fight coming up because, like I say, he's fighting essentially like a gatekeeper style fighter. I mean, dude has 38 fucking fights to Virgil's 15, but Virgil's got 15 knockouts, all knockouts in his wins. So that's on July 24th. Golden Boy Promotions. That's going to be on DAZN, and that's for a welterweight championship title, not the world title, but obviously the come up title. And that's the guy to watch right now for the welterweights. Like I said, he's 22 years old, bro. Fucking 15-0 with 15 knockouts, man. The guy's a fucking wrecking train.
Yeah, that's fucking insane, dude. Out.
Yeah, so tune into that. I can't find any other things if there's going to be a card prior to his fighting, because some of these boxing streaming fights sometimes are only like two fights on a card because it's obviously a streaming event, and they've got it in the like an Apex style arena that the UFC obviously use just with the cameramen, but I can't see any fucking other undercards right now. So if I get any more news on that, I talk about it on our obviously on our IG. But yeah, that's the fight to watch, man. 24th. When is that? That's like a week from now, isn't it? Yep. So yeah, check that out.
I'll definitely tune in for that one for sure. That's gonna be a good ass scrap.
Yeah, it's for sure gonna be a scrap, dude. Virgil Ortiz is a power puncher, and he's gonna go against a guy who's fucking seasoned. So, and I think this is gonna be 10 rounds, maybe 12. A championship fight, so probably 12. Yeah, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be dope. Tune in.
Hell yeah.
Tune fucking in. Well, yeah, bro.
Dude, that shit sounds fire.
Oh yeah, man. That's on DAZN though, so that's why you might need to get DAZN, because you're gonna get all these good fights on there.
For sure. Yeah, I'll check it out after this.
Yeah, I'll check out those fights tomorrow. Those sound pretty dope, man. Fucking, I just want to see Benavidez get in the ring again.
Yeah. So did you see Rose Namajunas broke her nose in the 3rd round, and she wants to fight Zhang Weili for the strawweight? Do you know? She just beat Joanna.
Yeah.
She just beat Joanna or whatever.
Yeah, she fucked up her face. Made her fucking made her forehead look grotesque.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, she really fucked her up. Her striking was insane. I saw highlights to that one. Yeah, but Rose got to get surgery on that nose first, though.
Yeah, she just got it done today.
Oof, man. Well, she'll hit the ground running after a week or so.
Yeah. She will, dude. She's a fucking savage.
So if that fight got matched, well, obviously, she's getting that worked up. But who would win that matchup?
Fuck, man, I have no idea.
Because homegirl striking, the champion, she is out of this world, man.
Yeah.
She's a beast.
The head movement on Rose is fucking top notch though, so I don't think she'll get a hit as often as Joanna did.
Yeah, Rose in her prime though, like a game Rose. Would you think she'd have a chance to get the win? What do you think?
No.
No.
As much as I want to say yes, no.
Yeah,
I don't see it happening.
yeah.
I don't see
Yeah,
anyone
that,
beat Yang Wei right now, bro.
no, her striking is on a whole different world. I
It
saw
would
her
go
on the
to
mitts.
decision though.
Yeah, I saw her on the mitts prior to that fight when she fucked up homegirl. But I saw her on the mitts. I was like, God damn, like she's crisp. And then wouldn't you know it? I mean, that was the highlight of the motherfucking fight. Fucking them combos, man. Fucking that boxing of hers. I mean, she used to be a kickboxer, I think.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Boxer.
Another one like Izzy, man. Them
Speak,
kickboxers are fucking they're beasts.
Speaking of him, they still haven't announced his fight with Paulo Costa yet for whatever reason.
Man, they're slow
And
playing the fuck out of it.
apparently they're not doing the Ultimate Fighter. Not Reyes. Paulo Costa wants to, but Israel Adesanya doesn't.
Oh, really? I haven't read anything about that. What does he say about that, or has he said it, spoken about it at all? Aside
He
from denying
hasn't,
it.
but his fucking coach Eugene Behrman has. He said he hasn't seen anything come across his desk, and I guess Izzy told him that he wasn't interested in doing it. He wants to focus more on fighting than trying to be
Good
a coach.
man.
Yeah,
Good man.
I don't
No,
blame him,
Izzy.
dude.
No, I don't blame him either. What Izzy? Izzy's in the prime of his career, bro. He needs to fucking continue. He needs to have a John Jones reign. That's what he needs to have, and I think
Absolutely,
he can.
I agree with that. He wants to fight Jones, dude. He
Oh
wants to
yeah.
go up to 205.
Oh yeah. When it happens, we'll all be happy. That's all I
He
gotta
said
say. When it happens,
2021.
he needs. I think what he needs to do, though, in my opinion, is 2021. If the end of 2021, that would be enough time because he needs to have a few more title defenses against, obviously Costa. I know he can beat Costa. I mean, in my opinion, he could. But he needs to
Oh yeah,
continue.
he can smoke Costa.
Yeah, he needs to continue defending that belt against all the top guys for at least like three more fights to really get that you know that solid reign that people can talk about throughout the years. And then when that happens, and I think he's obviously gonna he can definitely do good with extra weight if he fights at 205. He would definitely. Oh man, that would, in my opinion, be the greatest MMA fight ever.
Oh yeah.
Those two. Oh my goodness.
Staying in middleweights though, how do you feel about the Darren Till and Robert Whitaker fight next weekend, broski?
Ooh, I like Darren Till, man.
I do
I
too,
like
man. I
Darren
love
Till,
Darren
dude.
Till.
I want Darren Till to fucking just outclass this man on feet. Like I want Darren Till to put on a striking exhibition because I
I
know
do
he
too.
can. I know he can, and like I know they've gone back and forth on Instagram and Twitter. And I know that they're like friends too. And Robert Whitaker, he's great. I mean, he's a solid dude, amazing wrestler too. But I like Darren Till, man, and I like the shit he fucking jokes around about, man. He's a funny ass dude, but his striking is crazy. I want him to fucking be able to fucking fight for the title, man. I want him to go on a nice title run, man. Even if it is at 185 and he's gonna go against Izzy, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
Cool.
That would be dope, man. Yeah. So when's that fight coming? That's next week.
Next weekend, broski.
Oh, that's a good one. That's worth going to Buffalo Wild Wings for, people.
That one's worth going to B-Dubs for sure. But let me see who else is on that card, bro. Nogueira and Shogun's on that card, bro. That's the co-main.
Oh yeah, damn the old guys.
Verdum and Gustafson, Carlos Esparza versus Mariano Rodriguez, Paul Craig versus I can't even pronounce that shit. And Charles Oliveira's coming back too. Dope.
Nice.
That'll be good. We'll break that shit down later in the week, maybe next week.
Yeah, you said Verdum versus Gustafson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wait, Gustafson went up to heavyweight.
Yeah, it's his first fight at heavyweight. He's moving up.
Damn, that should be interesting. That should be interesting.
Yeah. It'll be very, very fucking interesting, bro. Oh, shit. Yeah, Oliveira's fighting at welterweight. Verdum and Gustafson's at heavy. Shogun and Nogueira is at light heavy, and then Whitaker and Tiller at middleweight.
Nice.
185.
Woohoo! Yes, we'll definitely break that one
good.
down. Yeah, we'll
Okay,
have to
that's
break
gonna
that
be
one
a
down.
fun card, dude.
Yep, that's the B-Dubs card. I'm headed straight there.
I'm headed straight there.
I'm going to B-Dubs. Hit me up.
Right.
Feel me?
I feel it, bro. I'll be sitting on my fucking bed watching that shit. I'm not going anywhere near B-dubs.
I might grab me some chicken wings though. I'll be honest with you. I've been craving B-Dubs chicken wings, man. Especially if I got to kick back
Oh,
on the
so
fight.
fuck. I want that Asian zing, man. That shit is
Oh, that's the one.
fire.
Come on, Asian zing and garlic parm. That's it, homie.
And the honey barbecue.
Yeah, I could crave honey barbecue in there, but I definitely crave that Asian zing, man. My girl is obsessed with the Asian zing. Yeah. Gosh, man, listen, you make me want to go to Buffalo Wild Wings right now, bro.
So Vegas is shutting down again, bro. They might not do UFC 252 here.
Ooh, so Vegas is going to completely shut down, like everything, go back to phase one?
Yep. So that means no cards at the Apex. So that means they're going to fight in the bigger cage somewhere. Yeah.
Fight Island. Dana knew it was coming, baby. That's why he has Fight Island.
Yep, so Stipe gets his wish and gets the bigger cage. Otherwise, DC has the fucking wrestling advantage in the smaller one.
Well, fuck, man. Yeah, well, that's a good thing in my opinion. I like the smaller cage, though. The smaller cage was good on action, but and finishes. But Fight Island, man, was done for a reason. That was it. Fucking Dana was smart, man. He knew Vegas was gonna come crashing back to its first phase again, man.
In his interview today, he said he didn't want to fucking travel that far, though, just because it's a long-ass flight. He was straight up about it. He's like, we'll do it if we have to, but if we can do it in Vegas, we would rather do that.
And if he has to, he's got a penthouse on the 100th floor of the Burj Khalifa Tower chilling. So he's fine. He's good. He's fine. He's good. He's good out there. And he's chilling out in Dubai, even though it's Abu Dhabi. You know, he's out there in the Middle East, man. They got that Middle East money out there, man. He ain't fucking struggling on those flights. He's on a PJ. He's on
that oil money.
PJ.
He's coming home early too. He's not even toughing it out. He's not even gonna be there for the Whitaker card.
He doesn't need to.
That's the best card on the island, though, bro. That's literally gonna be the best card on the island. He's not even gonna be there for it.
Dana's the type that he just rather run that shit on location if need be. Either way, though, I don't think it's gonna make a difference if he was there or not for that card, because that's an insane fucking fight card for just 3 fights. The first 3 fights you mentioned, but that main event is, no matter what, people are gonna fucking tune in. Period.
Oh yeah, dude. I would sell my soul to see that shit live, dude.
Yeah. Let's hope that it's a fucking, let's hope that it'll, because like the Masvidal predictions that I was mentioning before, it's like I wanted him, I sounded like a casual fan because that was like my critique as a favorable striker, watching striking. I wanted to see Masvidal get into a striking fucking battle with Usman, but let's hope that what we're talking about with Darren Till and Whitaker ends up being what we want it to be, because if not, then you're going to get a lot of fans saying the same shit again. You know what I mean?
But bro, the pick wasn't fucking casual. The thing that was casual was people saying that it was a boring fight.
Yeah. That's
Even true. Though,
that's a good point.
I would agree it wasn't the most entertaining. It wasn't completely boring, and the card didn't suck because that fight didn't produce a knockout. That was my whole point to that.
Yep, and I agree with your point, but unfortunately, people see it the other way, and they're going to continue to. But like I said, this is why MMA fans need to understand it's MMA, right? It's not a fucking bar brawl where you're going to see someone get knocked the fuck out cold all the time. You know what I mean? Right. You're not going to get that all the time. So it's you got to accept the fact that you got to appreciate that it's mixed martial arts. Keyword mixed.
Mixed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keyword is mixed. If you listen to all you guys out there that fucking feel some type of way about guys not standing up all the time. Go watch boxing then. Fuck, learn how to watch boxing, and then you at least have something that you can fucking watch, dude. Because MMA, you got to like all facets of MMA to really watch that shit thoroughly and appreciate these certain big fights coming up. That's how it has to be. You feel me?
You really do, and it took me to appreciate it. But now, I used to not really be entertained by ground fucking game either, or
Yeah.
fucking technical fights. But now I am a fan of shit like that, especially when it
Yeah.
goes the way I want it to.
Yeah. Well, of course, yeah. Especially when if you got money on these matches. I mean, of course, you can't just make bets with your heart.
No, and
No,
that's kind of what we did this
kind of
weekend earlier the other day though. So that's
yeah,
why our
that's true.
picks fucking sucked.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah. Well, my expertise is boxing, so
Well, no, I'm saying my picks fucking sucked because I picked with my heart. I didn't pick with
yeah.
who I really like logically thought who was gonna win. I
Yeah,
picked with
yeah.
mostly the XC guys. I like Extreme Couture, man. I've been fucking talking to those guys over there. It's pretty cool, man.
Man, you need when Vegas can get back to its previous situation a month ago, you gotta at least slide in there real quick
Oh,
before
no
it shuts back
doubt.
down. You feel
I'm
me?
going in there fucking longer than real quick, man.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
definitely.
stay there. I like that gym a lot.
Oh yeah, great spot, great fucking spot, great team.
Unless I move to Colorado, bro, go to Elevation,
You think about moving to Colorado?
I would if I could. If I signed, I wouldn't move there just to train at Elevation. But like, if I were a fighter and I were gonna be able to join Team Elevation, I would fucking do it. Yes.
Yeah.
But me right now, personally, no. I wouldn't. I mean, I would probably enjoy Colorado, but I wouldn't move there just because Elevation's there.
Would you move out of Vegas, Brent? Are you too? Are you just in love with the city and you're gonna wait till it fucking gets back to being at that thriving level again?
I have before. I moved to Seattle for a year. I actually enjoyed being out of Vegas. It was nice.
Seattle's nice.
The one thing I missed was stuff not being open all night. That was hard to get used to.
Yeah, I'll be honest, man. The years that I spent when I was going to UNLV and the around the years that we met, fucking that I got used to that, man. Everywhere you can go to anywhere you want and know that there's at least going to be one or two spots open no matter where you are in the city.
Exactly.
Yeah. Roberto's Tacos. Shout out to them, bro. Shout out to those late nights.
Fuck yeah, dude. Getting drunk at the Hookah Lounge and going to Roberto's.
Bro, first time I took my girl to Vegas, we went there on a training trip. I trained out at Mayweather's gym and a couple other spots, and we were out there for about I think 5 or 6 days, just real quick. And she wanted me to take her out to. This was last year, so everything was still thriving. But she wanted me to take her to all the foodie spots. So we stayed in Summerlin, obviously, and we went around to a cool few places. My favorite place out there was always Skinny Fats. I don't know if you heard of that spot.
Fuck yeah, Skinny Fats is bomb.
The original Skinny Fats, not the new one the newer one on Durango, but the one that was like towards the south of the city, right off the fucking I-15. Mm-hmm. That was my favorite spot. So I took her there. I took her to a few spots. They were cool. I didn't really take her to like the fancy places in the casinos because those motherfuckers are over fucking priced like hell. Like you got to go to the fucking spots out in Summerlin and the like the low key Thai spots. Took her to a couple of those places. But one night because I was just like because I was just training. We went for hikes out at Red Rock and then just food, right? Yeah. So I told her, I was like, man, you want some some real good junk food? And she was like, well, what? And like she loves cheese, bro. And obviously, we were eating everything. So I was like, listen, I was like, carne asada fries at this little spot called fucking Roberto's. There's like a bunch of Roberto's. Everyone from Vegas knows that you can find a Roberto's almost on every fucking corner.
Oh yeah, that's like the best Mexican out here, bro.
Oh man, dude, they're carne asada fries, bro. So I got 2 orders of that with everything on it, right? The whole works. Got the guac, sour cream, you name it.
Have to.
Got it with extra meat. You know what I'm saying? Had to, bro. So I showed my girl this shit, dude. It was like her witnessing fucking fine art. And she ate that shit so thoroughly, she ended up accidentally eating some of the paper on the bottom. You know that little, that thin paper, the Roberto's thin paper that they line it with.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, she ended up taking like a bite of it, and I was like, whoa, slow down.
That's
And
fucking hilarious.
she saw, yeah, bro. So we went everywhere, but she ended up wanting back-to-back nights of that shit before we left. So like anytime I bring up Vegas to my girl, she's like, yeah, I get it. You want to train this night? She's like, but I just want to go to Roberto's. I'm like, all right, then do
Hell
it.
yeah. If that's the only trade-off, that's an easy one, man.
Easy,
that's
bro.
Cool as fuck.
Easy. Yeah,
Shit,
I gotta come back out there, man. Unfortunately, shit's closed up again, man. I was actually really wanting to plan a quick training trip out there, and obviously do the podcast with you out there. But fuck, that sucks.
Yeah, dude, it does suck.
That sucks. Fucking. We'll see.
We'll get that shit figured out, bro. Yeah, we'll get it figured out, man.
Listen, I'm headed. I already told you there's some plans in the future. I'm not gonna elaborate on camera, but I'm gonna be headed up there to fucking up north. Towards me and my girl want to go up to Oregon and do a few things. I got a good friend up in Washington, so fuck, man, why don't you come up there, man? We can fucking always do. You can always do a training trip with me.
Yeah, dude. I'd be down. That'd be sick.
Fucking, you been up to Oregon yet?
Yeah, I've been to Portland once.
Portland's dope.
And then Seattle, I lived there for like a year. It was fun, man. I liked it. The only thing is, man, is the fucking rain. I missed the sun. Not having the sun sucked.
Yeah, that's true. That's why everyone smokes so much weed up there, bro.
Yep. That's why I grow so well up there, too.
Woo, yeah. Best believe.
Probably the best weed I've ever smoked was up there, man.
Oregon's got the best. Hands down.
For sure.
Oregon has the best fucking crop. Period.
Yeah, dude. I got so high at one of the parks there, dude. I went and found a fucking dispensary, grabbed a pre-roll of like 30%, and I was done halfway through. It was
nice.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I was sitting by a fountain, dude, just like fucking living life. It was so tight.
Yeah.
Went to a brewery out there. That was probably one of the best trips ever. It was cool as fuck.
Vibes.
Yeah, we went to Deschutes Brewery.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard of that one. Yeah, that one's. You went to a real good spot, bro. Yeah, my girl loves Portland, so we definitely we're thinking about moving nearby, getting the second ranch out there, type of shit. You feel me?
Yeah, that'd be sick, bro.
Open up a gym out there.
I'm trying to smoke, so
yeah.
I think I'm ready to.
Bro, let's wrap this one up.
You got any shout outs you want to do, bro? Fucking.
No, man. Fucking shout out to the Keyboard Warriors, bro.
I knew you were going to fucking say that shit.
This was our show, and we talk about what we fucking give a fuck about, all right? We ain't reporting.
We're not reporters. We're here to enjoy ourselves and fucking podcast, motherfuckers.
Yeah, we'll talk about more shit, but to all you fucking diehard fucking basement fans out there, go fuck yourselves, personally, for me and you.
Fuck you, motherfuckers.
Fuck you, motherfuckers. Anyway, that was the tail of the tape.
That is the tail of the tape. We're out. Peace.
Catch you after the cards. Peace.